tune coming.
If so, audio sign, please let me know. Namo Vishnupada Krishna Krishna Yamutale Shimate
Taswami Nitinamani
Namaste Saraswati
Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shwanyavadi Paschata Dechatari.
Krishna
Jai Ho. Superb new tune.
Hare Krishna.
So fantastic.
Hare Krishna to one and all. Thank you for joining. All glories to the
Superb.
assembled devotees.
Yeah. Today you have to show video, Prabhupada's.
Yes, Prabhu, because we are covering that much.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Today, like last week, Rameswar has done some nice one, some special thing you will tell about Prabhupada at the end. Something unheard.
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
So, I will have to ask, what do you remember from last week?
Anil Anand Prabhu, expert comment. Where do we stand? Last week, what was she told
Last week,
about Prabhupada Lilamrita, where we stand? And Malini Mataji and that marriage and so many things.
Prabhupada got a letter from Mukund Goswami.
Yeah.
Mukund Goswami, Janaki Mataji, and all
Yeah.
6 of them were in London, and all of them, all of them in London, and
No, that is Prabhu, that is me. I told you this one. But she's asking where she did stuff. That is after 1.5 year, that one.
no, I
now
didn't
she-
get the question.
No, question is,
Kamala
Mataji is
Hemang Mataji,
asking where did I stop last time? So this
Where
is
did-
like after that Kirtan program and
before
Prabhupada-
Prabhu started.
yeah, Prabhupada getting invitation, letter from Mukunda Goswami from the east side when he was in 26.
Later,
Your music-
because all the
music is so
deities were taken
intoxicating,
from
you forget
the
everything.
shop, and he told, Prabhupada told the shopkeeper, Shama, right, you will be famous, and we will, your name will be known to so many people, and this, I think, ended. Hariva.
But
That's also
music
a-
is so intoxicating. I only remember the Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
So what is the correct one? She's laughing.
You are correct. You are correct. I
You're
think, but
right.
little more.
Okay, so
तो
where
बराबर याद किया. आपका memory अच्छा है. You
Haribo.
remember exact.
well, mainly,
No,
we read about the recording that the first
Yeah.
audio recording, and it was with Mr. Allen.
Govinda Madhipurcham. No.
No. Hare
That is
Krishna.
letter, Prabhu. This is Mahamantra only.
This is just Maha Mantra. 15 of his disciples, and they went to. I can only remember his first name. Alan Ruthman? No, Alan Kalman.
Alan
So
Kalman.
Alan was the one who was interested in recording with Srila Prabhupada, and they went in a Volkswagen. It was recorded during the night. Alan came out and he was very happy with what they recorded. Srila Prabhupada also had a portion, the purport of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra was also read. So Srila Prabhupada prepared that also. And after that, they continued the singing again. And once they came out of the studio, the sound engineers, they replayed the whole recording, and that brought Srila Prabhupada into huge ecstasy.
Jai.
Dancing. After all that singing, Srila Prabhupada was dancing.
Those videos are there. That which tune they sang, I don't know.
I am not sure, Prabhu, because maybe the audio recording is of course there. Video, not so sure.
Rameshwar can bring anything. Prabhupada Lilamrita, upside down. Any page you'll tell, you bring. There's
No,
nothing.
no video recorded on that.
Okay, fine.
So here we are now. then Swamiji says, Prabhupada says, now you have made your best proposal. Everything that you have done before is nothing. Now
He's the
you have done
best.
your company is now successful because you have recorded the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And the
Jai.
next thing, Srila Prabhupada didn't get up because he was very exhausted. And Kirtanananda Swamiji,
Arrived.
then he was thus, he got worried because he was personally serving Srila Prabhupada.
Prabhupada.
And Srila Prabhupada was talking something about his heart skipping beats and that he was not being able to move. And then they felt that, oh, this is now an old person. Up until then, Srila Prabhupada had exerted him so much that they couldn't keep up with him. Even if you remember, when they were happily moving from the Bowery to the 22nd Avenue storefront, they all thought that it would be nice to carry all the things. Prabhupada carried a box, his bag, and carried one more thing. But Srila Prabhupada was walking faster than all the other young boys. They were behind. The energy and exuberance that he had. But now, maybe this is the first time they're actually seeing Srila Prabhupada exhibiting weakness physically, of course not mentally. And Kirtanananda became worried. So Swamiji that day didn't have any appetite for lunch, and eventually he recovered from that and was back to usual activity. And that's because Srila Prabhupada knew what exactly he had to have. Many a times he has said cooking with mustard oil makes him sick, but mustard oil is good for massage, things like that. He knew exactly what he wanted. As of course he was a pharmacist himself and medicine man. He was a drug dealer himself, so he knew what was the right medicine. Drug dealer means someone who deals in medicines.
And spiritual drug also he knows.
That also he knows. So he's a doctor. And that is the same day he received a letter from Mukunda, who was in San Francisco. Not after long after their wedding, Janaki and Mukunda, they shifted to the West Coast. And finally, they ended up in San Francisco. So now he wanted to rent a place and invite Swamiji to start the Hare Krishna movement, same as he did in the Lower East Side in San Francisco. And he was positive that the audience there, the people of San Francisco, would be apt for receiving Krishna consciousness from Srila Prabhupada. And hearing that, receiving that letter, Srila Prabhupada was like he turned over a new leaf. All his weakness and illness just vanished. He said, not just San Francisco, Krishna consciousness should spread all over to Russia and even China, which did happen.
Yeah.
So hearing that and seeing Srila Prabhupada express in such a way, Kirtanananda felt, okay, now all his sickness is gone. He forgot about that part because those symptoms, he just forgot because the way Srila Prabhupada was expressing, and the devotees were also amazed to hear what Srila Prabhupada was saying. And if Krishna desired, Kirtanananda thought Swamiji could do anything. I'm sorry, I'm not able to display the reading for today, so you'll have to hear me out.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So, from Srila Prabhupada Leelamrita, Volume 2, Chapter 11. I always forget the number. This should be 10. Chapter 10, Beyond the Lower East Side. Before that, we'll quickly tell our invocation prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnana Timarandhasya Dinanjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Nandayate Girim Yatprapatam Vande Shri Dinatarinam Shri Chaitanya Mishwaram Paramananda Madhavam Andeham Shri Grum Shri Yuta Padagam Shri Grum Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Savanaragnatham Vidam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Shakanditam Shya Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopita Kantarada Kanta Namostate Taptagan Chira Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavneshwari Vrishabhanusuti Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha Kalpatarubhisha Kripa Sindhu Vyaya Vachapati Tanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Vaishnava Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Today we have a new part of the audience, none other than Shri Nitai Balai Gaur Kanai, who are personally viewing from one of the campuses.
New dress.
Very new dress, and the pagdi is also very new. It is what style is it, Prabhu? Not Tamil Nadu style. I think it's Maharashtra.
North Indian. North Indian.
Prabhu?
What did you ask?
The pagdi, they are
Pagdi of
Nitai Balai. It came from Chennai, but it looks like Vittal.
Vittalji, yes.
Oh.
The proper turban, or the cap style.
Yeah, Maharashtrian.
So thank you all for joining. We continue with our reading. When Prabhupada came down to hold his morning class on November 19, he carried a large red book instead of the usual brown one.
Sorry, I'm in kitchen. Please, okay.
Yes, Prabhu?
Sorry, I'm cooking. I'm in kitchen. Okay, no problem. Sorry.
Understandable, Prabhu. Very good. He began, as always, softly singing prayers to his spiritual master and accompanying himself with a faint rhythm on his bongo. The neighbors were asleep. The weather was cold and the steam radiators kept the storefront warm. There would be no more outdoor chanting now. In Manhattan, the city opens wide in the summer and shuts tight in the winter, for which the evening classes meant no more noisy children outside the door. And although the morning classes had always been quiet, even in the summer, now with the winter approaching, the group became a tighter, more committed core of sincere students coming together to hear Swamiji. What we are going to read through is something extremely personal, beautiful, and very intimate. Maybe if you just close your eyes and hear through this, you will feel how different it is. I think I went back a whole page, so I'll just summarize this. Srila Prabhupada started reading Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is why it's a red book and not a brown book. And he said that you'll have to be patient with this, because this is a little more advanced. The philosophy is a little more technical, but please hear this. They had no idea what Chaitanya was itself, let alone Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he held up this unfamiliar red book. Because you're a little advanced, Srila Prabhupada considered them now a little advanced so far. He thought it was the right time to begin reading Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya what? No one was able to even pick up the pronunciation. They had heard about Chaitanya because that's what Srila Prabhupada read, but they never knew there was a book related. So just the night before he opened this book in the morning sessions, he told a few devotees upstairs the previous night that he would be reading from a new book, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and that Lord Chaitanya had told one of his disciples, understanding Krishna wasn't really possible, that he would give the disciple just a drop of the ocean of Krishna consciousness. So this disciple could then appreciate what the whole ocean may be. So giving a taste of it. Now, what Srila Prabhupada said is, be patient as I present this. It is revolutionary, but you just be patient. In the storefront, Brahmananda turned on the reel-to-reel tape recorder as Swamiji began reading the Bengali verses, and both Satswarupa and Umapati opened their notebooks and waited. Poised for rapid note-taking. Umapati Prabhu, you might remember, was always the one who took notes while Srila Prabhupada spoke. It was almost a college classroom atmosphere as Prabhupada cleared his throat, put on his eyeglasses, and peered over the large open volume, turning to the correct page. Whenever he wore his glasses, he seemed to reveal a new personality of deep Vaishnava scholarship. This feature of Swamiji emphasizes his old age, not that it showed him feeble or invalid, but it emphasized his scholarship and wisdom and his contemplation of the scriptures, in contrast to his vigorous drum playing in Tompkins Square Park or his alert business dealings while looking for a new building. We have seen this contrast previously where Srila Prabhupada exhibited. He would be very, very strict, very rigid, and very tactful while he was dealing with outsiders to find, searching for real estate for the new temple. At the same time, he would also have exuberant energy to do kirtans as loud as possible without, of course, any mic system. That much strain he would put, that much energy he would put out at the Sankirtan. But here was a whole another face of Srila Prabhupada. And it is saying old, but not old as in by age, but a first scholar who had all this knowledge, a powerhouse of knowledge of Vedic philosophy. Swamiji began reading and translating the story of Sanatan. Sanatan Goswami. Satswarupa wrote Sutta and Umapati wrote Sonatan. They didn't even know Sanatan Goswami, and they heard a different. Of course, Srila Prabhupada's dialect was also thick, so he might have said Sonatan, but Satswarup Das Goswami wrote only Sutta. And his brother Rupa. Oh, so Rupa and Sanatan became one and became one name, Sutta. And how they became intimate associates of Lord Chaitanya. It was a historical account. Now you will see the way how Chaitanya Leela captures hearts and how magical it is just reading Chaitanya Charitamrita and the impact. And now here, the disciples are not reading, they are hearing from Srila Prabhupada. There is no translation. He's just reading Bengali verses straight from Chaitanya Charitamrita. And this is the book that he held close to his heart as he traveled and as he moved from India to the West. And there was no other companion but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through Chaitanya Charitamrita for Srila Prabhupada in his most endearing journey to the West. Rupa Sanatana had been born as Brahmanas in India, but they had served in the government under the Muslims who were in power at that time. The two brothers had even adopted Muslim names. But when Lord Chaitanya was touring in their part of the country, they had met him and had become determined to give up their materialistic ways and follow his path of pure love of God. Rupa, who was so rich that he had enough gold to fill 2 boats, left his high government post and divided his wealth, became a mendicant and joined Lord Chaitanya. For Sanatana, however, there were 2 more obstacles. The Nawab Shah, the chief Muslim ruler of the province of Bengal, was dependent on Sanatan's managerial expertise. But Sanatan began staying home and submitting sick reports, while actually he had employed a dozen Brahmanas who were teaching him the Srimad Bhagavatam. The Nawab sent his physician to find out the actual state of Sanatan's health. And when the Nawab heard that Sanatan was not actually ill, he himself arrived one day, surprising Sanatan and the Brahmanas. The Nawab demanded that Sanatan return to his governmental work and leave him free to do some hunting and to leave Bengal on a military campaign. But Sanatan said he could not that he was now determined to study the scriptures and that Nawab could do with him whatever he liked. And at this challenge, Nawab imprisoned Sanatan. We all know parts of the story. Some of, I'm sure all of you might have read Chaitanya Charitamrita and of course heard this account of Sanatan Goswami's life. Swamiji looked at his watch. Morning classes were shorter than those in the evening, only half an hour. And Rupanuga, Satsurupa, Brahmananda had to go to work. He paused his narration. So we will discuss tomorrow. Prabhupada closed the book. And after a few informal words, he got up and left the storefront, followed by Kirtanananda, who carried his book and glasses. Breakfast was served every morning in the storefront. Either Achyutananda or Kirtanananda would cook an oatmeal cereal for the devotees. Satsarupa had read in an English edition of the Ramayana about some sages preparing a mystical cereal called heavenly porridge. This might be the porridge that got the Matas to get 4 beautiful sons, but the name had caught on, and the devotees began calling their own cereal heavenly porridge, sweetened to taste with the sugar syrup from the gulab jamun pot, hot milk and fruit. So let me continue. And each devotee would get a bullet, an ISKCON bullet. This was morning breakfast. How would you leave Krishna consciousness if this was your morning breakfast? ISKCON bullet, gulab jamun. You love gulab jamun. So oat cereal. If you remember, there was always a jar that Srila Prabhupada taught his disciples to prepare and keep, because ISKCON bullet or the gulab jamun was that addictive to the devotees and they always wanted it. Anyone could take as much as they like. So there was always a jar filled with gulab jamuns and soaking in sugar syrup. So that sugar syrup they would add to their oatmeal according to their taste and make it sweet. And some fruits and hot milk and gulab jamun as they like. One get an is on bullet. After this breakfast at the morning, the talk that day, the talk was Rupa and Sanatana. Umapati said that the Chaitanya Charitamrita was available in an English translation, but maybe the Swamiji wouldn't want them to read it. We'll hear it from Swamiji. They decided, and Kirtanananda said. Hayagriva was amused at the cliffhanger ending the class. Tune in tomorrow, he laughed loosely. And hear what happened to, what's his name? Like we tell at the end of the episode in TV serials, they would say, tune in tomorrow to know what happened next. But no one could catch the name of Sanatan Goswami. Santan? Yes, Sanatana, Hayagriva said. Yeah, tune in tomorrow. And here, will Sanatana get out of jail? They were not the most sober group when together, especially after taking the thick, sweet syrup. Achyutananda spilled some of the syrup on the rug and Kirtanananda admonished him. Jadurani ate silently and hurried to begin a day's painting in Prabhupada's room. Satsarupa adjusted his tie and he and Rupanuga and Brahmananda went to their jobs. This was the morning routine. It's beautifully painted a picture by Satsurav Das Goswami Maharaj, how their mornings were about. And this continued for quite some time. The next morning, the Chaitanya Charitamrita seminar began with Sanatan in jail, planning how to get free to join Lord Chaitanya. His brother Rupa sent him a note saying that he had left a large sum of gold for Sanatan in the care of a grocer, and Sanatan offered the gold to the jailer as bribe. He told him, sir, I know you're a very learned man, and in your Quran, it says that if you aid someone in going to spiritual life, then you will be elevated to the highest post. I am going to Lord Chaitanya, and if you will assist me in escaping, it will be spiritual gain for you. Also, if I will give you 500 gold coins, so it will be a material gain as well. So Sanatan advised him, just say that when no, the jailkeeper said, all right, but I am afraid of the king. Sanatan advised him, just say that when I was passing stool by the river, I fell in with my chains and was washed away. For 700 gold coins, the jailer agreed to help Sanatan and sawed the shackles. He sawed off the shackles. Sanatan, accompanied by his servant, they then fled by the back roads until by night time he came upon a hotel. Now this hotel was kept by thieves, and an astrologer at the hotel read Sanatan's palm and judged by the stars that he had money. When Sanatan asked for assistance in passing over the jungle mountains, the hotel keeper said he would help Sanatan leave in the dead of the night. They treated Sanatan with great respect, which made him suspicious, since he hadn't eaten in 3 days and his clothes were unclean. So he asked his servant if he had any money. The servant said yes, he had 7 gold coins. And Sanatan immediately took the money to the hotel keeper, who was already planning to kill him during the night and take his money. That's why they were portraying this act of being respectful to him and agreeing to help him. Swamiji looked at his watch. Again, they had gone over time. So, we will continue tomorrow, he said, closing the book. How Sanatan manages to escape the dacoits. All this while, Srila Prabhupada had philosophy, in Srimad Bhagavatam, that's also philosophical and technical. And in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna, Krishna advising over war and all those things. Here, an actual story, someone's very, very dramatic life happening in front of them. No, and it was way too interesting. Kirtanananda, Brahmananda, Achyutananda, Gargamuni, Satswarupa, Hayagriva, Umapati, Jadurani, Rupanuga, Damodara, Dan Clark, their lives had all been transformed. Over the months, they had transferred the center of their lives to Swamiji. And everything revolved around the routine of classes and kirtan and prasadam and coming and going and to and from the storefront. Brahmananda and Gargamuni had given up their apartment several months ago and moved into the storefront. The ceiling of Achyutananda's apartment had caved in one day, just minutes after he had left. Achyutananda's apartment broke down, as in the roof came down, and he had decided to move to the storefront also. Hayagriva and Umapati had cleaned up their moth street place and were using it only for chanting, sleeping, or reading Swamiji's Bhagavatam. Satswarupa had announced one day that the devotees could use his apartment just around the corner from the temple for taking showers, and the next day Raya Rama had moved it, and the others began using the apartment as temple annex. Jadurani kept making her early morning treks from the Bronx. Swamiji had said that he had no objection to her living in the second room of his apartment, but that people would talk. Even Rupanuga and Damodara, whose backgrounds and tastes were different, were also positively dependent on the daily morning class and the evening class 3 nights a week, and in knowing that Swamiji was always there in his apartment whenever they needed him. So everything started revolving around Swamiji, and slowly they were becoming Prabhupada conscious. As many of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada said, we were not Krishna conscious, we were Prabhupada conscious at that time. There were, however, some threats to this security. Prabhupada would sometimes say that unless he got permanent residency from the government, he would have to leave the country. But he had gone to a lawyer, and after the initial alarm, it seemed that Swamiji would stay indefinitely. There was also the threat that he might go to San Francisco. He said he was going, but then sometimes he said he wasn't. If the negotiations through Mr. Price for the building on the 10th Street came through, then Swamiji said he would make his headquarters in New York City and not go to San Francisco. But at least in the morning sessions, as his disciples listened to him speak on Chaitanya Charitamrita, these threats were all put out of mind, and the timeless, intimate teachings took up their full attention. Krishna consciousness was a struggle. keeping yourself strictly following to Swamiji's codes against Maya, no illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling, no meat eating. But it was possible as long as they could hear him singing and reading and speaking from Chaitanya Charitamrita. They counted on his presence for their Krishna consciousness. He was the center of their newly spiritualized lives. And he was all they knew of Krishna consciousness. As long as they could keep coming and seeing him, Krishna consciousness was a sure thing as long as he was there. Hare Krishna, I think we can move ahead to the video if it works. So please give me some time.
Go ahead.
Yes, Prabhu?
Oh, keep reading.
Video.
Ah, okay.
You can say Prabhupada, Kirtanananda, or making PhD. Rameswar Prabhu. Reading.
I like the word.
We are simply good, Prabhu, in this.
I like Satur Swami Maharaj said, the devotees were not in Krishna conscious, they were in Prabhupada conscious.
I think Prabhupada conscious is Krishna conscious only, no. But he is so much Krishna conscious, is Radharani conscious, Gaudiya Mat.
Yeah.
Jai Ho. Prabhupada is so wonderful.
We should continue the program every Sunday.
Swamiji, I want to stay here.
You should stay at home. You can come here for kirtan and class every morning.
But my home is so far away.
It is better for a woman to stay at home. This is an ashram and there are only some boys staying here. Boys and girls must be separated. Otherwise, it may create some disturbance in the spiritual life.
But I can stay right here.
This is also an ashram.
You're the only one that cares for me and understands me.
A young girl must stay under the protection of her parents at home.
My parents? They don't give a damn about me. They don't care for me, and I don't care for them. All they care about is money, their possessions, and what people say about them. Please don't send me back to that. Please.
If that is the case, you can stay here under the protection.
Continuation. So wonderful it is. But it stopped in between.
Hare Krishna, Kamlemangi.
Not able to get. She played some half. When
Yeah.
Mataji wanted to stay, and Prabhupada said, you cannot stay here.
Yeah,
Then
that
he
is
said,
the-
you can stay.
That is
But then it
Jadurani.
got cut. Jadurani. But then he said, you can say provided, and then I don't know what happened. Then it stopped. Kamlemangi Mataji is trying, but she is really disturbed, not coming. But you are very sincere, you are trying your best. Somehow play. All are such wonderful devotees.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, tell me.
Media did not play full.
No, Prabhu, now the browser is also frozen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. But we can
No.
still discuss on Srila Prabhupada. I will keep watch. Hare Krishna.
But it got deleted or what? It got deleted.
No, Prabhu, the browser has been frozen for the whole day.
Tell me what happened after that. What did Prabhupada tell to her? He said you
Apparently,
can stay, provided something you
Tell
was
me,
telling.
what is the file name?
it's Abhay Prabhu. It's on
No,
YouTube.
Abhay
and
Oh, yeah, yeah.
27.
episode 28.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So,
It was a very climax point it was.
so Mataji asked if she can stay. Prabhupada
Ah.
says not able to stay under the protection of your parents, but I can
Ah.
stay here. This is meant for boys. He says, I can stay here with you. But Prabhupada says that wouldn't be more appropriate.
But
I'm
then finally,
interested, he says.
ah,
But in the book, we just read that
ah,
he is fine with it. But the only thing is that people would keep talking. He was fine because
oh,
there are 2 rooms, and he would let her stay. He would be fine with having her stay in the other room. People would talk, and hence she continued walking from Bronx with staying with her parents, walking from Bronx, and she would come walking every day, early in the morning. And after that,
oh.
after the class, she would silently eat and go back to painting. Prabhupada stood by her and was instructed how to paint. The painting that she doing. Yeah. So that is Jadurani Mataji's portion.
Because
What's the-
Prabhupada was very confident. Prabhupada had no lust. No, he has told once that I have no
Episode
lust.
20?
28,
8.
Prabhu.
28, okay.
Yes, half down the
Prabhupada said, if so many girls comes also, I have no lust. He had told once. I have no lust. Hare Krishna, Anjali is there or what?
yeah, she's upstairs. But what you heard was Mishti's screaming. I'm so
Prabhupada
sorry.
is amazing, Prabhupada. The Somayajul also acted well. Huh? Very grave.
No,
I think-
I don't think there would be anyone who could adapt that move. He is
I think he passed away, I think. Somayajul has died, I think.
let's see.
He would have got some blessing because he acted as Prabhupada and maybe he would have chanted some rounds.
Somayajulu
Hmm.
died in April 2004.
Shankarabharanamu, Shankarabharanamu.
2004 he passed away. So
Hmm.
probably this would be his last big work.
Yeah. But he has got a good.
Series was developed in 1996. So
Wow.
he had a couple good years
Eight-
before.
8 years. 8 years. And Bhakti Charan Maharaj did such a fantastic revival of Prabhupada into the movie. But Jadurani are all good acting. They are not devotees. They just acted. No, they are not real people.
No, they are all disciples. I'm pretty sure they're all devotees. Caste, let's see.
No, this, but he's not real Jadurani. No, she's just a devotee, but not Jadurani.
Right. Abhay Charan.
What a good name, Abhay Charan. Abhay, chalo, the first. Mother will talk, Rajani Mataji. Just come, Prabhu has brought.
Oh, Prabhu is showing, displaying it on his beautiful.
Thank you, Prabhu. How the sound will come. Who is this Kirtananda Maharaj? Keith.
Prabhu, 2008, I'm sorry, 28th episode.
Ratnaka Prabhu has come up to 43rd or 47 something. Every day is posting in the Srivasangan. You are looking like Jadurani. Jadurani Hemangi. I know sound is coming.
Kamala Amangi, are you there?
I'm here, Prabhu.
Yeah.
See, it says 28.
Prabhu, can you forward a bit? Doesn't look
Forward,
like
okay.
Please forward to the center.
You can see here a thumbnail and tell me.
Yeah. This is the episode. Go to the center, Prabhu. The inception, the prasadam,
Yeah, Prasadam.
the feast making.
You know everything, Hemangi, complete.
No,
Completely.
This is the first initiation.
And this is
ceremony.
complete.
How many?
Yes, Prabhu.
First episode is going to come. This episode is going to finish now.
Oh.
This is the wedding.
Yeah, then see here, almost finished.
But why? What?
Then 29.
It's about it is 27 or 28.
This is 28.
Okay, then we are at 29.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jai.
We go to 29.
But Prabhu, we can't hear any audio. No? Yeah, this is the feast.
How many times you have watched?
No, Prabhu, I am going through exactly so I can know which part we have covered. So I've read it properly. This is the letter. Now he's moving on. We haven't covered this part. So Prabhu, we have to go back. There's a small portion where he speaks with Jalurani Mataji. And then, yeah, this is the leaving. This is the letter. This is the Jaitan class. And that was the book.
Yes.
A young girl must stay under the protection of her parents at home.
My parents? They don't give a damn about me. They don't care for me, and I don't care for them.
What happened?
Please.
If that is the case, you can stay here under the protection of your spiritual father.
with the Swamiji. So if you want back, you got it. And as popular as time of music. Wow. Yeah, that's how I felt too. Well, I'm sure it'll be pretty exciting to see that we printed it. Yeah, let's take a look. It's a humble beginning. I hope he likes it. I'm ready to type the stencils for the next edition. Will you write another article? Sure, why not? Did you read Pete's poem? It was great. Yeah. Hey, what time is it? 10 after 5. Oh, God. I was supposed to be at the recording studio to meet with Paul Coleman. Who's that? He's a record producer. He came to the store for last Tuesday to hear the ear. He was so impressed with Swamiji singing that he suggested they cut a record. Really? Swamiji cut a record? You're kidding. No, I'm serious. I'm already 10 minutes late. Let's go.
Today, we are reading from a new book, Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Yeah.
Lord Chaitanya is Radha and Krishna combined. He is Krishna in the mood of Radha. He is Krishna who has come to relish the love of Srimati Radharani in separation. So, the understanding of this topic is very elevated. This book, Chaitanya Charitamrita, is about the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Vande Guru Isha, Bhaktanisham, Isha Mataruka, Tat Prakashasya, Tas Shakti, Krishna Chaitanya Shamvaka. I worship the Supreme Lord Sri Chaitanya, who appears in 6 features as instructing and initiating gurus as the Lord's devotees, beginning with Srivastava. His avatars such as Advaita Acharya, his full expansion, Nityanand Prabhu, and his potency, Gadadhar Pandit.
Dear Hayakira, I'm sorry I couldn't write earlier. I was busy setting things up for Swamiji's arrival here in San Francisco. During the first week of the new year,
Should I stop?
we managed to rent a store right in the middle of the Haight-Ashbury area. Now myself and Jonathan are busy converting it into it.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. That was really
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Was audio clear?
Yeah.
Prabhu.
Thank you. Showed something.
Prabhuji, I bought this TV last week only.
Yeah. Very good book. Very nice. Good clarity.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
So nice.
Was this the same video you played some couple of months ago? Maybe 2-3 months ago?
What is it, Prabhu?
The same
played
video,
this.
I think Mataji
You
played,
played.
this. Kamala Mangi Mataji played, I think, couple of months ago or 2.
No,
I
this
remember.
one, now only we are going.
Huh?
This
No.
portion, now only we are going.
Now only, no, this portion. No.
Yeah, it is going chronologically, bro.
Okay.
Maybe something like this. You have seen.
But Chaitanya Charitamrita, in the book when we read, we assimilate as a red book. But here it shows as a blue book. Because original printing was blue. They should have put a red wrapper for that.
Well, that's okay. So many details.
So the blue is not real. It's only red.
Yeah, original, it was one single book, red color.
That is Srila Prabhupada's copy, the pure Bengal copy.
Yeah, Bengal copy.
Translation without
No translation, no purport.
no purport, nothing. So that was the Bengal Charitamrita, right? And what we have been given might have been what they took in the movie. That would have been read bound. This became.
But he didn't read like Chaitanya Charitamrita. He wrote like a sloka. Those are all Bengali.
Yeah, yeah.
All of the same, the Bengali tune will come.
But that's what their morning was filled with. Srila Prabhupada singing, reading, and then hearing from him. How fortunate were they in their lives?
Yeah.
Yes, they became the minister of Krishna is Srila Prabhupada centered life.
You, Rameswar, both are, I think, would have been with Prabhupada somewhere. That's why the mood is coming.
We are all grandchildren.
Haribol, Haribol.
Great.
Rameswar go both interested. Leela Mrita means you jump and come. Even at 12 o'clock, you wake him up, Prabhu. You tell, yes.
Once in after this establishing the East Coast Krishna conscious movement in San Francisco, they and in Los Angeles one time the devotees made a drama about Chaitanya Charitamrita. Then Prabhupada was sitting there and he started crying. And he asked, why you are crying? The devotees asked, why you are crying? Because the grandfather's mercy to the grandchildren are more than the mercy of the father to the son. So my Guru Maharaj's mercy is more onto you. Bhakti Siddhanta is giving more mercy to you because I have never seen such a wonderful drama by Chaitanya Charitamrita, the life of Chaitanya Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So you got the mercy of your grandfather more than me, like that he was saying.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is we are getting our grandfather's mercy more than, if not more than, we are getting abundant.
Yes.
Ready-made, you agree?
Ready-made in hand. Ready-made in
I
hand.
agree, and I don't know, of course, Srila Prabhupada is that merciful because otherwise, why would he choose? Because if he sees me directly, he's directly going to hit me with his stick. That is for sure.
The greatest thing is, Prabhu, in our lifetime, no one has seen Prabhupada, but no one missed Prabhupada even a single day.
But I feel so sad. 58 to 79, I was in Calcutta, but I never made an attempt to see Prabhupada. So
Prabhu,
sad.
you are seeing daily, Prabhu. Seeing Vapu Seva is nothing, Prabhu. Vani Seva you are doing regularly. So that is not an issue. Don't worry about that, Prabhu. You are doing Prabhupada Seva every single day after coming to Krishna consciousness.
I did not meet him, no, Prabhu. Calcutta, I didn't see. In Calcutta. So unfortunate.
I know, Prabhu, you mentioned this many times. Kamalai Mangi?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. I want to share you something. So last week, and out of context, I had a question. In Sadhu Goswamis, 6 Goswamis, we all have an altar. Anybody know who are there in the who are who in the 6?
Who is who?
From left to right.
Who is Sanatana Goswami and who is Rupa Goswami, like that?
The 6 Goswamis from left to right.
I had this question a couple of years ago, and I received a seva of giving audio descriptions of them. And I asked this question to Prem Pramod Das Prabhu, who sent me a PDF.
Okay, so you got it.
It's in, if you look closely, the center 2 personalities are the oldest. So they
I got it now. No, I got it now. So just I'm checking.
Okay, Prabhu. Then please go ahead.
I'll tell you. Then I asked Purushottam Prabhu, your amazing question, but I have never think about that. I will come back to you. But he didn't come. But I got it from Navakishore Prabhu. He is an amazing devotee. He also couldn't tell that first. Then I said I will do little research and I'll come. So for all our understanding, I will tell from left to right. First is Raghunath Bhatta Goswami.
Okay.
Left to right means from okay, left to right. Okay.
Left to right.
Yes.
First is Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. Second is Gopal Bhatta Goswami.
Goswami. Okay.
Third one is Sanatan Goswami.
Hmm.
Fourth is Rupa Goswami.
Yes.
1 minute,
Fifth
Prabhu.
is-
First is Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and then
Then Sanatan Goswami,
Sanatan Goswami,
Rupa Goswami,
Rupa Goswami,
then Jiva Goswami,
Hmm.
Jiva Goswami.
and then last Raghunath Das Goswami.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Then by seeing that, another question came in my mind. Some of the devotees say that he took birth in Bengal, and some say that he is from they are from Karnataka.
Gopal Bhatta Goswami is from South India, no?
That
Gopal
he is
Bhatta
from
Goswami.
Srirangam.
Yes.
Ah.
And
I am talking
Raghunath
about
Bhatta Goswami
Rupa
is
Sanatan
also
Goswami.
related.
Rupa, that's Karnataka only is written.
Yes, they're from, and somebody said that he took birth in Bengal. So again, I asked this Prabhu, and he came with a lot of research and came a wonderful thing. I will send you that, but I will tell you now.
Yeah.
It's an amazing question, but I found this. Their ancestors were from Karnataka. Okay.
Oh.
This description is mentioned in Bhakti Ratnakara by Sri Naragara Chakravarti. Sarvajana Jagadguru, his son was Aniruddha, and he had two sons, Rupeshwara and Harihara. Okay. The Rupeshwara's son, Padmanabha, moved to present day of Bengal.
Oh.
So Padmanabha went to Bengal. He had 18 children, among that 5 sons. Purushottama, Jagannatha, Narayana, Murari, and Mukunda. Mukunda's son was Kumara, and the Kumara's son were Sanatan, Rupa, and Anupam.
Oh.
Wow.
Anupam son is Jiva Goswami.
Yeah.
Yes.
But so where they are born? So this
In
Padmanabha,
Bengal. In Bengal.
Bengal only. Oh.
Yeah.
Because from Rup Sanatan, that is Santosh, Amar, and Anupam, I think. That was their original name. Santosh, Amar.
All Bengal.
Yeah, Santosh, Amar, and Anupam was the original name, and then later they became Sakar Malik and Dabir Kas, and then they later became Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami. So their father was Kumara, and their father was Mukunda. Mukunda's father was Padmanabha. Padmanabha's father was Rupeshwara, and their father was Sarvajana Jagadguru.
So Sanatana is Santosh and Rupa Goswami is?
Rupa Goswami was Amar.
Amar. And the other fellow, Jiva Goswami's father?
Anupam.
Anupam. He was the Rama Bhakta, no?
Yeah. And Mahaprabhu asked him to continue worshipping. But his son became amazing devotee.
Oh.
So this
little... He wrote the highest, no, Prabhu? Maximum?
Jiva 400,000 slokas.
So with this, can you send me? Just send me the detail. Very nice.
Yeah, yes, bro.
Details.
Yeah.
You are also very deeply engrossed in all these things. I like it so much.
No, bro. Sometimes, even preaching, sometimes somebody asks question means, again, one question I asked, even he couldn't get a proper answer. He's still doing research. In my Bhakti Vaibhav class, I was asked to give a lecture, and I gave this verse. I told this Vadanti Tattva, this Tattvam Yajnanam Advayam Brahma. In that one, I was telling that Bhagavan understanding, going back home, back to God, it is the highest goal of any devotee like that. And before, if we are in a Jnani stage, then we will be in Jnani and Dhyana, then we will be stuck in these 2 stages of Brahman realization and Paramatma realization. See, someone in Paramatma realization, Vishwamitra Muni, he was just engrossed or distracted by the ankle bell sound of Manaka, and then he fell down. This I told, and the devotee are supposed to ask question, and one Mataji, Shashirop Mataji from London asked me, Prabhu, very good, Prabhu, very good class, but who, can you tell me any example who fell down from Brahman realization? Like after reaching Brahmajyoti, who fell down? And I looked in, I couldn't answer, and my coordinator, Padma, Padma Sundari Mataji, she also couldn't answer. And we said we'll try and cut. We couldn't get it only so far. And Prabhu, I asked this Navakishore Prabhu. Navakishore Prabhu also did so much research and said, Prabhu, exactly no person's name is coming, but Krishna killed Akasura, and he got Sayuja Mukti. Sayuja Mukti is none other than Brahmajyoti. Merging into the Brahman realization. That is correct only. Sayuja Mukti is that Brahmajyoti. But he did not fell down. From there he elevated to Vaikuntha. So fell down from Brahmajyoti, that question still. But Prabhupada always says that even going to Brahmajyoti, devotee will fall down. That is not final. It is not spiritual. It is material like that. But in Vedic science, I couldn't get one example.
But how he went up then? How he went into Vaikuntha, Agasura?
That is also, I don't know, Prabhu. But maybe that soul, from there, he in Brahmajyoti realization, Brahman realization, there he did some seva. Or there is no possibility of doing seva there because already merged. I don't know. Again, that is also a good question.
Prabhu, who fell from Bhava is only that Bharata, no, Prabhu? He went to the Bhava level, then he became a deer.
Eldest son. Hemangi.
So nice questions.
Yes, Prabhu. Superb questions, because only when we think in such ways can we come up.
Only in ISKCON, Krishna conscious, we don't have any unanswered questions. In all other dharma, including Sanatana Dharma, some questions, beyond question, they will say, shut up. In other dharmas, we cannot ask question only.
Ask question,
yeah. But here, we are allowed to ask any question, there will be answer. We will get a logical answer.
Yeah, it's just time, like how Prabhupada was saying, it's just time that's separating me from the temples that are yet to be built. Just that the way we seek, the more eager we are, the answers will come, and that is an evident in, I believe, everyone's reading, because even if you read Srimad Bhagavatam, you read Prabhupada's purport, and you have this question, mostly it's answered in the following purport. Otherwise, you have so many devotees to help and ask your questions, and for sure they'll answer, unless such questions that you present, like a few such questions will be there. But I'm sure there are other preachers who are so experienced, they have immediate answer ready in their hands. Just that, the question should go from one devotee to the other and reach them, and that one person will have it in their pocket. That's all. But the questions are never unanswered.
We are getting stuck up in the world only because of dualities. This white, black, hot, cold. And the dualities are coming only because of the three modes. If this was not there, this Vaikuntha, because Vaikuntha is everything is absolute. Nobody will say this is bad. There is no comparison. There is no judgment. There is no looking good, bad. Everything is absolute. Krishna is the Lord, we are the servant. That's all.
When you just spoke about dualities, Prabhu, I was going through a lecture of Ishopanishad. In that, Chaitanya Charan Prabhu is giving this example. This duality, of course, exists. And the duality is what keeps us here, like you're telling. But Srila Prabhupada had solution for that. Because when he started preaching in Africa, Brahmanand Prabhu was in charge. And they noticed how discriminated everyone was. There were 4 kinds of crowd in Africa as such: the white, the black, that is the original people, the Indians, and then the American Africans, African Americans who were mixed, and none of them supported each other. They always had this, disturbance and discrimination. And what happened was the devotees would preach only to the Indians. Prabhupada notices and he was upset. He said, no, you have to know, you have to preach. Why did you come to Africa? To preach to the people actually who belong to Africa. And though there were temples that were managed by Indians, and they were happy to open these temples and welcome Prabhupada's disciples and Prabhupada, they were skeptical about entering, letting Africans into the temple. What would happen? All such discriminations were there. Prabhupada said, no, open the temples to everyone. And like they said, they opened. And what happened? They just joined and they came and they did kirtan. They were happy to join. No such bad things happened as, discrimination and quarrel would cause. And that happens only within ISKCON. And years later, Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, there's an interview of his where that's yet another white American who's asking Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, how is this possible? Like, it is an actual solution to racism. And he points out in the video, you see these children playing. It's a whole mixture of all these skin colors.
They don't see.
Inside the temple, they are also a mixture of all these colors that, people are so-called fighting for. It's under one roof, and that's what Prabhupada did. He even solved that problem of racism.
That is a very famous video, Prabhu.
Yes.
So that is beyond duality. Prabhupada went beyond duality. Nirmoho nitya sattvasto. The nirdvando nitya, that sloka is there. No, nirdvando. And I think this bhoga and aishwarya are only creating problem. The Vedic things, they say either you bhoga or aishwarya. And the Veda people say that we want to encourage, if you don't motivate, how they will come. But after the Jnana Marga and all the other one,
Jnana Marga,
Bhakti Marga. No, Jnana Marga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is the best. But Prabhupada says you have to learn all the three, because there will be people coming and asking doubts. So you cannot say only Bhakti. But final door is only Bhakti. They cannot go directly from Jnana Yoga or Karma Yoga to this. But Karma Yoga should be known. Otherwise, how we will know we are doing karmas? So, but Prabhupada made that akarma thing. It was really good. That was really a great thing. How we can get out of this.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
This Bhogaishwarya Prasastanam is really creating problem. Bhogaishwarya Prasastanam. We want to enjoy, and Aishwarya means we want to be boss. So both we are breaking what Krishna wants. And we should have desire for Krishna, not that winning. And Prabhu, one sloka, Yat Karoshi Yadasnasi, is not complete. Krishna is telling you offer everything, these, that. But in the other one, Patram Pushpam Phalam Tam Yome Bhaktya Tadam Bhakti. Asnami. Asnami means Krishna says, elite. So in the other one, Yat Karoshi is just telling do it, that's all. But when you put bhakti, I'll take. And I heard when the word Maya. Ma means Ya means yes, which is real, and Ma means mas, which are no. Yeah. So Maya, which will always make the real not real.
That which is not.
Yeah, that is not. So when I'm reading, so many things are coming.
Yeah.
So, but we have
Prabhu,
to.
Can I share that video 3 minutes only?
Please, Prabhu. I'm waiting, Prabhu. Then the Purushottama Matsa you are telling. But somebody was telling that was wrong. They didn't take birth because of Purushottama Yoga and all. They were all beyond Pandavas. Somebody said no, that Pandavas suffered because they didn't follow Purushottama Yoga. That's why they were all with Krishna, directly. That story is not as per Gaudiya Sampradaya. They written that Krishna told you didn't follow Purushottama Yoga, that's why you suffered all these things. Now you follow Purushottama Yoga, then you win the battle. That was not actually as per the Gaudiya. They were always following Krishna everywhere. The video is going to come now?
Yes, Prabhu.
Super.
I'm
Jai Bhakti Tirtha
how to bring the audio. Kamala,
Kamala,
I forgot. I
Kamala,
used to do it.
Prabhu, there is a option in more settings.
Ah,
share
yeah. Got it.
yeah.
More share sound, right?
Yes,
Such a
Prabhu.
genius girl you are, beta. You are really
Yeah.
such a genius girl.
Is somewhat different in that it gives mankind the oldest spiritual scriptures on the entire planet.
Jai.
Historically, linguistically, philosophically proven. The Vedic scriptures are the oldest scriptures. And so therefore they help to make a person a better Christian, a better Muslim, a better Hindu. And when one becomes better, perfect, he no longer considers himself of any specific demarcated distinction. But he considers himself as a servant of God. When we look at the great scriptures of the world, we look at the Quran. Muhammad taught in 87:2 that of all the names, the most beautiful names belong to God, so call upon him by them. David taught in Psalms 113 that whoever calls on the name of God, he shall be saved. We find that in Romans it teaches that from the rising of the sun to the setting, one should call on God's name. Buddha taught in Amida Buddha that whoever calls on my name, he shall attain paradise. So this calling on God's name has tremendous effect in invoking the presence of the Lord, in invoking the mercy and the benediction of God. So we encourage you to come closer to find out how one can become in a state of consciousness where he is meditating, feeling the Lord's presence every day, where one is able to understand that this body is simply a garment, just as we change clothes from day to day, that the body is simply being used by the soul. If we develop that genuine understanding, then there is no difficulty in you having a white coat or he having a red coat or me having a black coat. These distinctions no longer become such a dominant factor in one's life. Once in Nairobi, one minister of the government came to visit us. And he said, Swamiji, so what can your society offer? So we were explaining about our Food for Life programs, how we're helping the poor, how we have schools, many projects that are going on all over the world. But I said, but let's be very immediate and specific. Let me take you on a small walk, very small temple. In 5 minutes, I said, so this boy is from Italy, this girl is from Spain, this person is from South Africa, white person, this black person is from South Africa, this person is from America. Says, now you tell me one place in Nairobi, one place in Kenya where you can say you have this kind of variegatedness and people are working together in a loving spirit. And he immediately could understand due to his knowledge of tribal problems, racial problems, etc. So we are showing what is possible. And we are humbly and submissively willing to offer that, to help to solve some of the seemingly unsolvable problems in this world. Thank you very much.
Prabhu, fantastic, Prabhu.
Prabhu?
Where you got it from all these things?
In YouTube there. I'll send you the share. I'll share it.
Fantastic, Prabhu. Because he is really an HCL problem. I think he's a great disciple of Prabhupada, no? Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj. He had cancer and went back home, back to Godhead, no?
This is actually millions of devotees. Many. This is, I think, in 78 or something like that. Then from there, how many thousands of people have seen that?
But he left after Prabhupada left. He was there when Prabhupada was there.
No, Prabhu, he
Bhakti
left 2002 or 3 or something. 2000.
Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj.
Yeah, Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj.
You met him?
Huh? No, bro. Before I come to this. He left.
But he didn't come to Gulf, Prabhu. He never came. I came to the Sharjah, Dubai in 1991, Oman, but he has never come to.
He was concentrating on Africa.
Oh.
That was Guru Maharaj, Prabhupada's instruction.
But his way of speaking is, I think, is totally realized. Huh? The way he
Yeah,
spoke.
Prabhu, in the first day only, I think when Leelamrit, when we come to there, it will be there. When he used to come, is a black, Afro-American, black color, black. So the devotees did not care because he's dressing and this one is, but he was sincere. Prabhupada mocked him. Prabhupada called the devotee and they said, we should train him. He will become a big preacher. But from the first day only, he mocked him. And he said, I used to come, but I really liked it. But actually, other devotees, then they said, they admitted that they did not take serious of him because of inbuilt the racial problem is there within them. You know, the blacks coming. Then later, he was one of the first black devotee.
I think this Bhakti Dev Damodar Maharaj also, I think, like him only. He also looks like him only.
He left the body in 2005, Prabhu.
Oh,
Cancer.
very recently.
Johnny,
I think his disciples came to Japatak Maharaj, I think, many of the people.
I don't know, but I know one of the devotee very closely. I can probably say he is my friend, Brahmachari in Bulgaria, Vraja Krishna. So he came recently also. Amazing devotee.
To Gulf he came?
Yeah, he's come every year. He's come every year. He's a Brahmachari. He's preaching in Bulgaria and South Africa.
So who is their guru now? After his guru left, there will be somebody nominated. After the Guru Maharaj leaves, they will have someone, no? Some other god.
I did not ask him. I will message him. Let me see.
But this Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, please send me, Prabhu. Really, I'm touch my heart. The way he confident, no? Green coat, black coat, red coat. What difference it makes?
But did you notice, Prabhu? He is quoting from all scriptures, chanting.
Yeah, he told about Quran, he told about Bible, he told about Buddhism.
Roman Titus, and
Jainism.
Yeah. No.
So much conviction he speaks with.
Name of God, name of God, name of God. Anil Prabhu, you could see a spark in his face, no Prabhu? He is not from this world.
Very attractive.
Just type Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. Many, so much videos are coming. See here.
But I want only what you got.
Okay, I'll send you right now.
Because you select so nicely, Prabhu. I really trust you so much.
Is somewhat different in that.
He's amazing, Prabhu.
He's amazing. He did not allow any devotees to come closer when he was extremely in deathbed. So, because he was in a 4th grade cancer.
So, Radhanath Maharaj went near him.
Radhanath Maharaj was allowed. They were very close friends. He used to come and stay in Chowpatty often. So they were very close. I think they were together in West Virginia, New Vrindavan, I think. That's how they got close. And when Maharaj was so painful, Radhanath Swami Maharaj was near the bed and he asked, when the Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj trying to move, the devotees around can hear the bone breaking sound.
Oh,
that much cancer it was. I think I don't know what cancer it was. And then they could see the pain in his face. And Maharaj asked Radhanath Swami Maharaj, Maharaj, you feel so much pain? And Maharaj said, yes, I feel pain because I'm leaving without fulfilling Prabhupada's order.
Oh, what he didn't fulfill?
No, he said he want to make entire Africa devotees.
Oh.
He started sentence Nairobi, in Ghana. Everyone who were in Africa, they know Bhaktisiddhanta Swami.
You
I
said
was in
he
awe.
was in your temple?
Prabhu?
Did you say he was in West Virginia temple?
Yeah, in West Virginia, the New Vrindavan. I
Yeah.
think, Prabhu, I'm not sure about that because but Radhanath Swami Maharaj was there. He was
Radhanath Swami Maharaj and also the other, who is that? Kirtananda Maharaj.
Yeah, Kirtananand
He
Maharaj
was-
was the beginning one. Was the beginning one.
Hmm.
Later, he was into many things. Then that time, Radhanath Swami Maharaj only took.
But I was in Mombasa, Nairobi in East Africa, but only Gopal Krishna Maharaj was coming. Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj never came. 1.5 years I was there.
Which year,
So
Prabhu?
maybe 1989 to 1990. 1 year and 3 months.
Okay.
Gopal Krishna Maharaj was GBC for Kenya.
Okay.
So that Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj's name did not come. Otherwise I would have seen.
He is talking about Tanzania. Which countries is maybe I don't know.
Tanzania is nearby Kenya only. Uganda, Tanzania and all. Swahili only. But he may be with Nigeria and West, that is West Africa.
Yeah.
Ghana.
Yeah. Gold Coast.
Gold Coast.
Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much,
Oh,
Prabhu.
too
Hare
much.
Krishna.
10:40. Hari bol.
Thank you, Anil Prabhu.
Haribol.
Pancha kalpadrupesha kripa sindhu devacha
Pasna Patita Nam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah.
Vaishnav.
Ananda Koti Vaishnavi ki jai.
Jagat
His Grace
Guru
Rameswar Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Her Grace Same Kamala Mangi ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Krishna's Prabhu ki jai.
Gauranga Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga Nityananda.
Nityananda.
Jai Shri Radhe Shyam.